In terms of some of the things that you've said on campaign trail, you've suggested that perhaps the president should not have immunity going forward, and you'll have an independent attorney general, independent prosecutor for the first time under the next president. If it can be proved that there were misdeeds done either by President Pena Nieto or by people in this administration, and you are elected, would you investigate that? Would you go after that?
I think that nobody should be above the law, and nobody is nobody, and I've said that repeatedly. And to that point, I think that the main difference between myself and others in this campaign is that I really understand the true nature of rule of law. And in a state that respects rule of law, it is not the president that decides. It is not my decision. It is the decision of the Attorney General in the use of his capacity and in his autonomy. I believe firmly that one should not interfere with that. And that means that the president should not be above the Attorney General in terms of investigative capacity. It means that the president, myself, when I win, should be the subject of the purview of the investigation of an autonomous office. And I think that provides more credibility to my statement. If I'm willing to be the first one to be subject to the autonomy of the Attorney General's office, I think that shows a deeper understanding of rule of law, and it shows basically what's the best practice in the rest of the world. If you look at Singapore, if you look at Hong Kong, if you look at Italy, if you look at the US, those in charge of combating corruption have full autonomy, and in that full autonomy, they are able to bring charges to the president, and that's what I'm willing to subject myself to.
In terms of the immunity idea, would it apply to your predecessors, or would it only apply going forward in terms of prosecution?
There's no immunity for anyone in Mexico except when they're in office. But again, as I point out, this is not something that should be decided by the president. And if one centers the debate on what the president thinks or what he wants to do, one has a fundamental misreading of what the rule of law means. And the rule of law means that these questions that you're asking should be directed to an autonomous Attorney General, and within the Attorney General's office to the investigators in charge of looking into corruption.